All right, New Jersey, you ready? Let's give a warm New Jersey welcome. Republican gubernatorial candidate Jack Ciattarelli is in the house.
Let's go. Let's go.
What's up? Good to see you.
Let's go, baby.
Appreciate it.
Hometown crowd. Hometown crowd.
It just became a Trump rally.
A Ciattarelli rally.
So, 4 polls has this 1-point race. That means ground game to me. Let's get your take, early voting, numbers, where you were. I need to start with an apology. I did not see polls that showed you even close 4 years ago, and it was razor thin. So I was not going to make the same mistake twice. I want to give you, I think, a fair shot. This would be a political earthquake.
You know, I want to say thank you, because every time we've sat together, and this is about now the 7th or 8th time in this race, you've come clean on 21, and I appreciate it. Our internal polling in 21 said that we had a real shot. This time, the internal polling says a whole lot better. But listen, all I could tell you is wherever I go around the state, the energy is electric. The reception in minority communities has been overwhelmingly positive. And when Democratic mayors across this state are endorsing the Republican nominee, it tells you we're on to something. Right?
Well, obviously there's a lot of fear. The DNC is now pouring money in. And this just came out, by the way. New York Magazine, New Jersey Democrats are very nervous about this race. What are you seeing in early voting that indicates the difference between 4 years ago and now?
We've seen the greatest number of Republicans return vote-by-mail ballots. That's a very, very good sign. They went out in the last third week of September, and we're matching them voter for voter here in the 6 days or 5 days of early voting that we've had thus far. That'll conclude on Sunday. Listen, if we go into Election Day within a certain number of points, we're going to win this thing. In 2021, I beat Phil Murphy on Election Day in-person voting by 250,000.
Wow. That trend continues. Let me go through some of the numbers that I went through here. Top individual tax rate, and I'll put it on the screen for our audience as well.
This is painful.
But, you know, 10.75%.
Third highest in the nation.
New Jersey corporate business tax, 11.5.
Highest in the nation.
Okay. Gas taxes, 45 cents a gallon? Thank God I have a Tesla.
Well, listen, here's the other good news. The president's done a good job. I go around the state of New Jersey, price per gallon's under $3. So that's the good news.
The highest inheritance tax in the country.
Got to get rid of the transfer inheritance tax.
16%.
Yeah, it's punitive.
Will you lower that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'll put up on the screen this as well. New Jersey's ranking on the state competitiveness index. This is the tax administration that I mentioned earlier. I mean, 49 out of 50.
I refuse to be the governor of that state. We're going to change that when we win. I'm telling you right now.
How do you? Okay. You were on the debate stage with Mikie Sherrill, and Mikie Sherrill, I'm not going to make a promise that I'm going to cut taxes. And you're like, I'm cutting taxes.
When a Democrat says that, your taxes are going up.
I tend to agree with that. She's been a little iffy on a lot of issues, though. It's not just this.
When she shows up.
Ooh. I think this is personal.
Right here and now, the biggest difference between me and Mikie Sherrill, I know where the hell Point Pleasant is.
Well said. You know, but I think one of the most damning things, I put up 2 separate answers that she gave why she did not, in fact, was able to walk with her class in the commencement exercise. By the way, the Naval Academy has very rigorous moral standards that every cadet, every person there must, apply themselves to. She first said, oh, I wouldn't rat out my friends. Then she said, oh, I told them everything. Which one is it? And
then next time she said, I knew that there was a test circulating. All she has to do is approve the release of her disciplinary records, and we'll know why she was disciplined. And if what she's saying is true, the disciplinary records will confirm that, but she won't release them. But there's a pattern here, right?
Right. Well, there is. Would everyone like those records released? I'm curious. Okay. I think it's fair. before the election.
Particularly as a candidate that goes around saying she's the most transparent candidate and will be the most transparent governor of all time.
Slow down. How do you claim to be transparent if you won't release the records?
How do you claim to be transparent when you tripled your net worth in 6 years in Congress but can't explain how?
Oh, wait a minute. To be fair, I'm sure many of you have found $7 million in your bank account, Ned, but you can't explain how it got there.
Come on. Come on.
Is that a common thing in New Jersey? Because I might move here from Florida.
That's why it's in my commercials. Come on.
All right. So when we poll people, and I look at the polls around the country, the top issues always are law and order, safety and security. All right, then the others are obviously the economy, pocketbook issues. We're just talking about the economy. Immigration really seems to matter. Now, she seems to want it both ways on a lot of these issues. Why don't we talk about specifically what you will do? How do you define law and order and safety and security? We have some of New Jersey's finest here. By the way, thank all of you for your service.
Let me tell you how we're going to provide for law and order here in New Jersey. Executive order number 1 on day 1. No town in this state will be a sanctuary city and will not be a sanctuary state. I've said from the very beginning, that policy, here's the good news. Many of the things that Murphy has done are by executive order. They weren't codified by the legislature, which means I can reverse them on day 1. But having sanctuary cities and us being a sanctuary state encourages illegal immigration, and it handcuffs our local police in certain ways. We're not doing that. I'm going to reverse that on day 1. If a local police chief and mayor want to work together to preserve safety in your community by partnering with a federal agency, I'm not going to get in the way. We're not doing that. But the other thing we're going to do is get rid of cashless bail. Cashless bail has created a professional criminal who's learned how to game the system. Talk to your local cops, and they'll tell you about this dynamic known as arrest, release, repeat. It's demoralizing for cops.
You know, it really is remarkable to me. The way I say it is, if you don't have law and order and you don't have safety and security, how is it possible to pursue happiness? Now, we see, for example, I'll use Illinois as an example, J.B. Pritzker. This is a great crowd.
Very knowledgeable. Very knowledgeable.
Okay, but here's a state that has 5 times the homicide murder rate than New York. And President Trump has proven in Washington, D.C. and in Memphis that he can restore law and order. And all he's doing is calling the president, making Nazi comparisons about the president, and rejecting efforts to protect innocent citizens. 4,000 dead people in his state since he's been governor. Now, at what point would somebody welcome the help of the federal government in terms of restoring law and order?
I agree with you, but what I've told the president is he won't have to worry about it, because as governor, I appoint the attorney general, I appoint the 21 county prosecutors, I appoint the superintendent of state police, and with those 23 appointments, which is the hierarchy of law enforcement in the state, we're getting back to being a law and order state that ensures the public safety.
One of the things that Mikie Sherrill keeps talking about, and she almost sounds like a Green New Dealer, is green new energy. And I've never seen where green new energy, 45 cents a gallon is a lot. Do you think it should be lower?
Absolutely it should, but what needs to be lower is the monthly electric bill for homeowners, tenants, and businesses.
Agreed.
This is probably the biggest failure, other than all the taxes and spending that have been raised, the biggest failure of the current administration, which my opponent endorsed, by the way, is they shut down 6 different electricity generation plants. They put a moratorium on burning natural gas to produce electricity. They didn't expand nuclear footprint in South Jersey, and they bet it all on wind. And here we are today. We were an electricity exporter when Phil Murphy took office. Today we have to import it, and we're paying through the nose.
Can you explain how he almost, since he's been governor, that this man has doubled the amount of money this state spends? How is that possible?
Well, leave it to them. I mean, it's been uncontrollable spending. In the last 24 months, more than $2 billion in pet pork projects, when we've got a property tax crisis all across the state. Young people can't get started. Seniors can't retire here. So, listen, there's a lot of opportunity. Some person recently said to me, Jack, I can't think of a worse time to be governor. I said, are you kidding me? I can't think of a better time, because it's time to hit the reset button.
Okay. Last question in this segment, then we got to take a break. Specifically, how many areas of these the high taxes can you cut? What can you offer people, the promise you want to make to them as governor, that you're going to cut this tax, this tax, this tax? What taxes?
We are going to reduce the size and cost of this bloated, inefficient state government to afford a tax cut for businesses and individuals. We're going to do that. We're going to make it more affordable by getting out of RGGI. The Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative is a carbon tax policy that's failed New Jersey. And with a new school funding formula, we can lower property taxes in our suburban communities.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.